Hi, I'm Matthew Hoelscher, founder of Parent Marriage Coaching and creator of the Emotionally Connected Couples Coaching Program. Today I'm going to share with you the top 6 mistakes male breadwinners make at home. As part of my Confidence in Masculinity series, I wanted to explore the two extremes. There are some relationships where the male is the primary breadwinner and brings home most of the money, and the other one where the wife does. So today we're going to talk about when you're the male breadwinner and you're making the money, here's the biggest mistakes you make when you come home and the top 6 reasons why you might end up in couples counseling with me. Number 1, you forget about the kids in the household. Just because you make the money does not mean that you get a blank check when you get home. You are also a father. You need to spend time with your kids. You need to have your relationship with your kids, and it's not your wife's responsibility to do everything for you. Yes, she may take the primary role, she may be driving them to soccer practice, but you need to have a role in their lives, and you need to have your own special, unique relationship with your kids. And there is nothing that will make your wife happier than when you come home a little early and say, you know what, I'm taking my daughter to ballet class, you have the night off. Or hey, I want to go to soccer practice with my son, you take the night off. I know you're busy and I know you work hard to make that money, but you make that money to be with your family, to provide for your family. But if you're just going to skip the whole family experience to make money, you're missing the whole point of doing it. And more importantly, they are missing you. Because though they appreciate the money, and yes, I know they don't appreciate it, they don't know how hard you work to make it, they still want to be with you. It's the quality time and relationship with you that's the most important, and money will never buy that back. Number 2, male breadwinner comes home and he relaxes before the wife does. Now, everyone needs a little transition time. It's hard to get from work into the domestic role. But if you're coming home and just because you are in the paycheck, if you're going to put your feet up and watch your wife still keep working, not help with the kids, not help with bath time, not help with dinner, not do the dishes after dinner if she cooks, you're going to end up in trouble. Because just because your wife stays home with the kids, running a household is a full-time job. And it's a job that doesn't stop. Your bosses are demanding little tyrants that are immature, even more than yours at work. Those little guys demand a lot. And just money is only a part of raising a family and running a household, and you have responsibilities with that too. So when you and your wife have completed what needs to be done at home, you both can relax together. And when you do that, you will have a happy marriage. When your wife tells you, thank you for helping me out, you go relax on the couch, I've got everything else under control, then you know you're doing a great job being the primary male breadwinner. When you can come home and tell your wife, you need to go relax on the couch, I'll finish dinner, I'll clean up, give her a little chance to unwind, you might even be having sex later on that night. Because you're getting her out of mommy mode and giving her a chance to go back to being a woman, a wife, and more importantly, your lover. So number 3, she is not a dumping ground for your work stress. You know, a lot of this comes, especially when you own your own business, that you can't communicate to your employees. When you're at the top, like they said in Saving Private Ryan, gripes go down the chain of command. Gripes go up the chain of command, they don't go down. So when you're at the top of the mountain, you've got nobody to gripe or complain to. And that's when you need your wife to be a sounding board to you. But she's there to hear you. She's there to help you clear out emotional issues, but she is not a dumping ground for your work stress. You don't get to come home and be angry at work and then be angry at your wife and take it out on your wife, your kids, and your dog. All right? Work needs to stay at work. And if you're the boss and your work is stressful, you need to hire me as an executive coach to help you get that under control, because that's not her job and she's not your punching bag. So you need to leave work at work. So whether you're in a high stress job or running your own business, you need to get that framed up so that this is work and this is my home life, and don't let the two bleed over. Because number 4 is the biggest bleed over. A lot of entrepreneurs especially will come home, and talk to their wives, communicate to their wives as if they're an employee. Like they work for you. Like just because you bring home the money, that you're paying them and that they're a paid employee and that your needs always come first and that they need to be taking care of you. Now, yes, you're in partnership and you're deciding what those roles are, but you're in partnership together and you are equals. There is not a boss and there is not an employee in a household, in a marriage, or in a relationship. You're both equal. And you need to talk to each other with the love, respect, and concern of equals and peers. She is not your employee. Number 5, she is also not your sex slave. A lot of men feel like if they provide money that they are entitled to sex on demand, on schedule, when they want it. She is not your sex slave. She is your wife. She is your lover, and she needs to be treated with the same care and respect that you did when you were dating her. Just because you're married doesn't mean that she is now sex on demand, right? You need to still be courting her, buying her flowers, taking her out for date nights, and putting effort into the relationship to making sure she feels love through effort, words of appreciation, and non-sexual physical touch. You need to figure out which way your wife feels loved and make sure she's getting that emotional connection with you first before you try to slide things into the bedroom. Because number 6, she does need emotional attention. Right? You still have to take care of your wife. It's not that all your needs come first and then you're too tired and then there's nothing left over for her. Because if that's the case, she'll go find it somewhere else, or there's no point in being in the marriage, because she's not your employee, she's not your sex slave. She needs to feel that connection with you and that effort, and that's part of keeping your marriage and your relationship in balance. So you need to check in with your head and make sure that you are not sliding and taking shortcuts and assuming that just because you provide the money that you get a pass on everything else. Now, you might have a wonderful wife that gives you a pass on some of these certain things, and that's fine, but that's her choice. You've talked about it, and that means you're doing a good job in other ways that makes her feel loved. So remember, these are the top big mistakes that male breadwinners make. They ignore the kids in the household. They relax before their wife does. They dump their work stress. They talk to her like an employee. They treat her like a sex slave. And finally, they don't give her the emotional attention that she needs and craves. So if you're having these problems and you don't think you can change them on your own, you're welcome to work with me individually and I will help you work through them. Or you're welcome to come in as a couple and I will help you get back into balance and get back to happiness. My name is Matthew Hoelscher, creator of Parent Marriage Coaching and founder of the Emotionally Connected Couples Coaching Program. I look forward to talking to you soon.